Oh, goodness gracious, y'all. Oh, goodness gracious. These pencils are going to be a real doozy. And actually, before we get started, I think my head for my spider princess here is a little bit undersized. Just a skosh. So let me adjust this before we get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Inktober. Day number 9. Spider princess. And I had this idea of, the eight-limb princess, and I like the idea. It's just going to be real tricky to pull off because all these limbs weren't meant to go on our conception of the human frame. And so it's going to be a little bit wonky, but we're going to get through it together, and we're going to start at the usual spot with the tiara. Yeah, I was fixing these pencils right before I went live. And now let's see how it all shakes out now that we are live and finally inking some of this. This one might be the first one that just absolutely crashes and burns. So if you're watching live, that might be worth tuning in and sticking around for to see how this one shakes out. I want to get an 8-pointed star here because you know how spiders do? They've got 8 legs, and so that's sort of what I'm going for here. But I think, yeah, it doesn't quite have enough mustard on that hot dog. So let's go more like this. That's not perfect. That's not exactly what I had in mind, but we have too much work for me to get bogged down on getting exactly what I want. Let's bump back up to a 40. And then this is closing back over here. And I think this picture, this draw could go very well. And it could turn out exactly how I want once the ink gets in and clarifies some of the things that aren't so super clear in the pencils. But I'm also fully aware that it could end up as a complete disaster. So I think I want her face to be a little bit rounder. Not quite so angular. Just because she is the spider princess does not mean that she's not a cordial host. Step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. But really, just come on in. We'll have tea, biscuits, scones, whatever you like. Many, many eyes. We'll sort of cheat a little bit. Have a primary eye up here. A couple of these segmented ones down here. This just felt right when I was penciling. I did not look at a picture of a spider while doing this. So, probably getting a lot of details wrong. And that's okay. Like, honestly, that nose should probably be something else, but I do not care. And I get that non-human vibe, and I think sometimes that's all you need to do is indicate, hey, it's something not human. And you're like, oh yeah, little nose slits. That's definitely what a spider do. Like, this reads spider to me, even though I don't think it's quite right. And then in here we'll probably have some red or something. I'm not sure on exact details on that yet. Again, gotta keep moving. Neck, neck, neck. Once we get shoulder in, we'll fill in details here. Some sort of fancy ribbon. Probably silk. Spider silk, maybe. This comes up like this. This comes out like, like that, but like that. And then sleeveless. Just because having multiple sleeves would just be a real mess. So just start doing some of that. Ooh, these pencils though. Okay, I did not do myself any favors. Let's just try sticking with one layer, and I will absolutely come to regret that decision pretty soon, but yeah, it's Inktober. That's a pretty good teapot. For not having used a reference, I think that's a pretty good teapot. Let's clean this up in here a little bit. Yes, very good. Come out here, we've got a teacup. Like so. Resting on a saucer, like so. I'm actually doing a pretty dang good job here. Okay, so one arm. Oh, we need the tea tray. Let's get the arm in first. We got one arm holding the tea tray. It is gloved, so it can be a little bit bulky. Other arm also holding tea tray. That'll do. A glove comes just like so. A little bit longer, more like right there. Actually, that's going to come out. This arm's going to come out to right about here. A little bit lower. It's going to be bumping up against the one just below it, so we have a little bit of wiggle room here. Nope. Actually goes like that, huh? Like I said, y'all, this one, it's going to be a real interesting draw. And it's going to be a lot of guesswork because this is way outside my comfort zone, which is good. That's sort of what Inktober is for, but it is also very stressful. So if I just stop talking for a while, as long as I keep drawing, we're good. If I stop drawing, that might be okay too. Just need to think. This feels a little bit off. I think we gotta come more like this and clean up this. And clean up this. Okay, need another one of these for the rest of the handle. You know, really I should have swapped these arms, but too late for that now. This comes down like this. This comes down like this, maybe. This comes down like this. This comes down like this. None of these are quite looking right. Maybe that. Tidy it up, tidy it up, tidy it up. Okay. This arm back here is going to come out down here. This is where I do need a new layer because I've got fingers overlapping the teapot. A pretty sharp angle on the wrist here. One, two, three, four. It sort of comes like this, and then the rest of the arm like that. Ooh, that's wonky, but I think that's right. Okay. This hand here is doing the old make sure the top of the teapot doesn't come off. So these fingers here are just sort of hanging out. That shouldn't be closed. Like that. Yeah, these hands are just going to start turning into a real mess real quick. And we're going to be okay with that. A little thicker though. A little thicker. Sarm's at a bit of a weird angle, but we're gonna celebrate it and say good work being at that weird angle. We all like it a lot. Clean this up. We'll get the T in here later on. Down here, let's see, inks. We got the dress sort of flares out a bit here. There we go. Get that. I think I want to color in that pattern. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six limbs accounted for, 2 to go. This one is holding the tea saucer steady against the tray, so it's going to come like that, and like that, and like this, and like that, and like that. Get rid of these inks. And then just one down here is just waving. The thumb pointing inwards. Yes, I did just have to reference my own hands to verify that. Consummate professional. I can move this whole thing over a bit to the right, fit in the whole hand. Yeah, yeah. Switch back to pen. Freehanding a bit, which is dangerous, but it worked out okay. Sarm is a little bit on the thick side for symmetry's sake. Maybe she's just ripped from waving with it. It's a little noodly. Let's give it a bit more consistency in here. There we go. checking something because my phone's blinking. I don't know if it's important. It's really not. Okay. Well, yeah, turn off the pencils. This is a little bit muddled in here. That is not. Then in here, thin down our pen. That goes like that. Okay. Only 23 minutes later, somehow this looks almost good, if I may say so. Let's start with eyes. Ooh, spooky. It is October. We gotta get a little bit spooky. And then a super pale, super dark blue, maybe. A little less pale. I like that a tremendous amount. Get some detail work in to take care of these stray red bits. I'm not sure yet for the overall color here. Maybe let's do some good pastels, not super bright. What about if we do that? We do that. 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 Do that. We will see how this do. I'm going to run out of my internal logic here in like 5 seconds, but think I've got an idea where this is headed, and I like it. Orange. This isn't right, so that's that. That's that. That should be that. Ooh, lucky. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And it's going to come up and be that. It's going to go there. What's above orange? Purple. Orange. We're just going to pick it up here with blue. That doesn't connect. So we're going to say this and hope refer other layer. Yes. Success. Green goes here. Orange goes here. Purple goes here. The north of purple is blue. Purple, orange, green. I'm going to say this is purple in here. Go to orange. Green. Blue. Lucky. Blue. Yeah, that's what I thought. Orange, purple, blue, purple, yes. That somehow turned out, and I don't understand it. And then a nice bright yellow ribbon right here. Oop, we got this. Now what's to the left of blue? It is green. To the left of purple, it's blue. And the gloves are going to be different shades of yellow, I think. So top is that. Next down, just a little bit off that. Right here. A little bit darker now. And darker still. Y'all, I'm real pleased. Is this anything? I don't think so. I think, yeah, just like that. The hair, I think sort of an almost nasty greenish yellow. A little bit more yellow. What was function? It was a unsaturated pink, so we're not repeating. I think that's my new concern, is if I'm repeating colors, I want to break it up so I don't get caught in a rut, but I'm okay if there was at some point another princess with green hair, because there's only so many colors, y'all. And I think her tiara is made of something sort of magical. we're going to have our background be, let's see, I have a lot of options. Let's try a chalk. Super big. Oop, I have not done that yet. Okay, so once I get this in, we'll do our tea tray and our fangs. And I really like that, y'all. But we're going to add a little bit more to that, and we're going to fix the things that need coloring. So we come over here, we get rid of this for the moment. We bring this back to a reasonable size. Oh, I love that so much. I was just going to be white, but I love that too much. And I think they've got a little bit of sheen on them. Like, sheen. Like that's some lipstick, but fang stick. And we also want some of that, like shit. Got a little bit of that to clean up. Okay. And here, same metal, sort of a bluish something. Same for the teapot, maybe a little bit darker. A little bit of a pattern carved into it. Perhaps a spiderweb sort of pattern? Actually, I think you're that, which means we gotta break out pen. And here, textured pen. And we do need something coming out of this teapot. So that's sort of a tea color, a little bit too bright. It might even be coffee. That's fine too. We're not going to worry about fluid dynamics with this particular draw. So this comes in like this. And does sort of like that. Get some lighter. It comes back around like this. She should probably have, you know, sugar and all that, but I'm just not going to worry about that. Back here. And here, thinner pen. Oh, what a tangled web we do weave. And it looks real nice. And I think beneath this, see, this just looks menacing, huh? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, does that look menacing. I think that's wonderful, personally. Does it look better if I do this? I think so. What if I do that? What if I do that? I think it's that one. Although now we're missing some chunks down here, so we got to come back in, fix that right around here. Not a big issue. It'll be a slightly different shade, but that's not a bad thing. In nature, things are different shades. Y'all, maybe bump this back up a little bit. But I think this is wonderful. I can't believe this only took 40 minutes, personally. We haven't signed it yet, so it's not quite done yet. That is something I wanted to do. I want to see if I come in with something like this. If this is, I think that's going to tie it together a little bit nicer. So what I'm actually going to do is do it in a new layer in case it makes it all fall apart when I take a final look at it. So textured pen, make it a 30 to pick an arbitrarily medium to small number. So this should just make it look more like a coherent thing in reality. Instead of just me going in and saying, hey, I'm going to paint it like this and this and this. And I think it's going to look really good. This makes it look more like a real fabric. These can be a little bit offset because these are two separate pieces. I've decided. Oh, I know what's missing. And it's an easy fix. But it's something that everybody needs. Sorry, I'm listening to the mamas and the papas on my music. Pretty good. Pretty good. Come in here like that. We need inks. 40. I need a little bit back here. And we're going to say, guesstimate. Let's make it green. Super easy fix. I've got time, so let me just do this back part of the hair. A darker shade. Have I done? I've done that yellow. Okay. Here we come in with a little bit of this. It's one of those things that you don't really notice, but if it's there, then it helps make the drawing make a little bit more sense. out here. There's a little bit of texture on there. And I should probably do the gloves, but I don't want to. I will do this a little bit. A little bit here. A little bit brighter. Yes, get some sheen in that. I've already got some of that. And all you have left to do now is sign it. Y'all, I was real concerned this one was going to be an absolute disaster. And as it turns out, spiders are friends, is what I've learned from this. Dan should get a tarantula. It's blending in a little bit. I'm not going to let that faze me. Just going to slide it to right here instead. Save. Y'all, I am quite pleased. Thanks for tuning in. We're done real early. 17 minutes left on the clock. But I'm afraid that if I tweak this anymore, it'll just ruin perfection, which is what this drawing is. So until tomorrow, when we will be doing Moth Princess, have a good one. Take care of yourself.